everyone! Today we're making a delicious chocolate cake with mint frosting, which is very refreshing and covered in a rich chocolate ganache. Let's get started. We're going to mix all the dry ingredients together to make sure they mix with the wet ones properly and evenly. I have here flour, cocoa powder unsweetened, baking soda, baking powder, and a little bit of salt. I have here brown sugar and white sugar and then oil. Mix your sugar and oil until the mixture looks like wet sand. Now I'm gonna add my eggs one at a time. And now I'm adding sour cream and vanilla extract. And now I'm gonna add in my dry ingredients. Mix your batter until just combined. Do not overmix. Basically stop when you don't see any more dry ingredients. Overmixing your cake will give you a tough texture. So at this point, the batter will be a little bit thick, just like that. And now I'm gonna add warm water. And that was my last ingredient. Make sure you scrub the sides and the bottom. And that is it. Our batter is now ready. When making chocolate cake, I always coat my pans with cocoa powder. Not only will give your cake more depth, but you're not gonna end up with that white dust all over your cakes. So I have here 2 cake pans. They're 9-inch each. So I've already buttered and floured this one. I'm now preparing the second one, so I've buttered it. I'm gonna butter the parchment sheet as well. And instead of using flour, I'm gonna flour them with cocoa powder. There you go. To evenly split my batter between my 2 cake pans, I'm gonna use a measuring cup, but you can also use a scale and weigh your pans. My cakes are now ready. I let them cool in the pans for about 30 minutes, and now I'm just gonna flip them into the cooling rack. look how beautiful they turned out. So now I'm gonna trim my cakes. Don't press down on the cake here when you trim. You just wanna hold it, don't press down. And make sure these two sides are touching the board. To keep my cake moist longer, I am gonna brush them over with cake syrup, which is basically a 1-to-1 ratio for sugar and water. And here I'm using 1 cup of water and 1 cup of sugar, which I put in a saucepan. I brought them to a boil and then I let them set and cool down to room temperature. Make sure you go over the sides as well. They tend to dry the most. There you go. I'm gonna give them 15 minutes just to soak up all that syrup, and then I'm gonna start frosting my cake. I have here butter at room temperature. I'm gonna beat it until it becomes creamy. And now I'm gonna add my powdered sugar. So I'm gonna start by beating at low speed. And now I'm gonna add the cream. And I'm gonna beat at medium speed. Now that it's a little bit more combined, I'm gonna increase the speed to high. So I'm gonna scrub the sides and keep beating. Okay, so now my buttercream is almost ready. I'm just gonna add my food coloring. I'm just gonna scrub the sides and the bottom to make sure that my color comes out even. And I'll just add a little bit more food coloring. And now the final ingredient, peppermint extract. It smells so minty. And that's it, my buttercream is now ready. So I'm gonna start with a little bit of buttercream. Now I'm gonna add my other cake. So always upside down. And now more buttercream. Just gonna push it to the sides. And at this point, we're just gonna do the crumb coat. My crumb coat is now done. I'm gonna pop my cake in the freezer for about 15 minutes and then I'll continue working on it. So my crumb coat is now super firm, as you can see. And now I'm just gonna add more buttercream. I'm gonna use my bench scraper just to go around and to try to smooth out the buttercream. And I'll go back and see if there are any holes and I'll fill them up. Or everywhere that I see that it's really not even, just add more buttercream and then I'll go back again with my bench scraper. So here, for example, just a little bit of buttercream. Up here, right here. Okay. So back again with the bench scraper. I think that's good enough. Let's do the top now. So now I'm just gonna try to smooth the top. So now we're gonna add in the ganache on top. Before you pour your ganache on your cake, make sure that your cake is very cold. So either pop it in the freezer or in the fridge for about an hour. Mine spent about 20 minutes in the freezer. Also, your ganache needs to be at the right temperature. So you can't pour a hot or even a warm ganache on your cake. It will melt your frosting. So check on the sides of your ball and see if it's dripping properly.